Interventional study clinical trials. Hi everyone, this time I'll talk about the interventional study or clinical trial. Concept of the trial. What are trials? Trials, clinical trials, are part of clinical research and at the heart of all medical and health science advances. Clinical trials look at new ways to prevent, detect, or treat disease. Treatments might be new drugs or new combinations of drugs, new procedures or devices, or new ways of health education and promotion. The goal of clinical trial is to determine if a new test or treatment works and is safe. Clinical trials can also look at other aspects of care, such as improving the quality of life for people with chronic disease. Why do people participate in trials? People participate in clinical trials for a variety of reasons. Healthy volunteers say they participate to help others and to contribute to moving science forward. Participants with an illness or disease also participate to help others, but also to possibly receive the newest treatment and to have the additional care and attention from the clinical staff. Clinical trials offer hope for many people and an opportunity to help researchers find better treatments for others in the future. Trials as epidemiological studies. The trial or intervention study has a similar design as a cohort study. The difference is that the exposure status of the study population is controlled by the investigator to observe how this affects the health status of subjects. Some concepts unique to trials. Typically, clinical trials compare a new product or therapy with another that already exists to determine if the new one is as successful as or better than the existing one. In some studies, participants may be assigned to receive a placebo, an inactive product that resembles the test product but without its treatment value. Comparing a new product with a placebo can be the fastest and the most reliable way to demonstrate the new product's therapeutic effectiveness. However, placebos are not used if a patient would be put at risk, particularly in the study of treatments for serious illness, by not having effective therapy. Most of these studies compare new products with an approved therapy. Potential participants are told if placebos will be used in the study before they enter trial. Randomization. Randomization is the process by which two or more alternative treatments are assigned to volunteers by chance rather than by choice. This is done to avoid any bias with investigators assigning volunteers to one group or another. The results of each treatment are compared at specific points during a trial, which may last for years. When one treatment is found superior, the trial is stopped so that the fewest volunteers receive less beneficial treatment. Single or double blind. In single or double blind studies, also called single or double masked studies, the participants do not know which medicine is being used, so they can describe what happens without bias. Blind or masked studies are designed to prevent members of the research team or study participants from influencing the results. This allows scientifically accurate conclusions. In single-blind, single-masked studies, only the patient is not told what is being administered. In a double-blind study, only the pharmacist knows. Members of the research team are not told which patients are getting which medication so that their observations will not be biased. If medically necessary, however, it is always possible to find out what the patient is taking. Some conditions necessary for trials. IRB review. Most, but not all, clinical trials in the United States are approved and monitored by an institutional review board, IRB, in order to ensure that risks are minimal and are worth any potential benefits. An IRB is an independent committee that consists of physicians, statisticians, and members of the community who ensure that clinical trials are ethical and the rights of participants are protected. Potential research participants should ask the sponsor or research coordinator whether the research they are considering participating in was reviewed by an IRB. Informed consent. Informed consent is the process of providing potential participants with the key facts about a clinical trial before they decide whether to participate. The process of informed consent, providing additional information, continues throughout the study. To help someone decide whether to participate, members of the research team explain the details of the study. Translation or interpretive assistance can be provided for participants with limited English proficiency. The research team provides an informed consent document that includes details about the study, such as its purpose, duration, required procedures, and who to contact for further information. The informed consent document also explains risks and potential benefits. The participant then decides whether to sign the document. Informed consent is not a contract. Volunteers are free to withdraw from the study completely or to refuse particular treatments for tests at any time. Sometimes, however, this will make them ineligible to continue the study.